Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jennifer Huber, also known as Solo Travel Girl. And since June of 2022, I've been using Mounjaro to manage my type 2 diabetes. So before I get into this week's update, which is 71 weeks on Mounjaro, I just want to remind you that I'm not a healthcare professional and I'm just sharing my personal experience and opinion about using Mounjaro to manage my type 2 diabetes. Also, I have no relationship with a drug manufacturer, Eli Lilly, and I have no relationship with any pharmacies that are fulfilling Mounjaro or Mounjaro-like medications. I'm just a patient just like you. And also, Mounjaro has really changed my life. It has been this great tool to implement and just create a healthier life for myself. Since I've been on Mounjaro, I've lost over 60 pounds, but most importantly, I have lowered my A1C. I started out at 8.2, and last check it was 5.4. Yay! I had high blood pressure when I began this journey. I no longer have high blood pressure, and that means I'm no longer taking medication for high blood pressure. My cholesterol is lowering. I am still on a statin, but I'm weaning myself off of that statin. And I had non alcoholic fatty liver disease at the beginning of this journey, but I no longer have it. It's been reversed. So, really, Mounjaro has been just this amazing, amazing tool in my life, making my life healthier. Changed how I eat, I move more, and I'm still working on getting more sleep. But anyway, it's just been a great way to jumpstart a new health journey. All right, so week 71 of Mounjaro, I started that on Friday, another 7.5 milligram injection. I'm losing track as to what number that is, but it was basically my third box. It was the third pen in the third box. So yeah, I felt not hungry Friday afternoon, and yesterday, which being Saturday, I didn't feel hungry. I did have some nauseousness throughout the week, but I don't know if that was from the Mounjaro or from something else. But that's it for side effects. I didn't gain or lose any weight. I'm still at 131 pounds. Exercise, well, okay, I didn't excuse how I look today. My mascara is smeared more than usual, my face makeup. I've been up since about 6. I'm filming this around 9:30 at night. I've basically been working outside all day. Actually, the last 2 days, my the company I work for was a sponsor of a major event. I don't know if this gives you a clue as to what kind of event it was or who I saw. Actually, I'll just put it right here. I got to see the United States Air Force Thunderbirds. So here you go. Anyway, I walked a lot this past weekend and a lot. I think yesterday was over 5 miles, and I didn't even look to see how many miles I walked today. So that's the extent of my exercise, along with walking with my dog twice a day. Nutrition, it was Halloween. I went out with a friend. I had these delicious crab cakes. And I had an alcoholic beverage. I actually had 2 alcoholic beverages this week, which is 2 more than I usually have in a week. Um, but anyway, with my dinner, I had 2 crab cakes, and I ended up bringing 1 crab cake home. So that was lunch the next day. But just being mindful of nutrition. My glucose, really weird. The last couple of weeks, I told you how it was getting in the 50s some mornings. So also during that time, I was very, very stressed. And a week ago Friday, that stress just relieved because the project I was working on was over. So this past week, my glucose numbers, I had one day it was like in the 120s and been in the 90s and the low 100s. Now this morning it was like 89 or something. I don't know. I'm just going to put the scrolling right here. You can see what my glucose has been this past week, but it's just so weird as to how it was so low and then it's higher this week. I Yes, I did have like a quarter of a donut one day on Halloween, and I did have some alcohol this week. Maybe those little those little bits of sugar are making a difference in my overall glucose. We shall see. And I guess that's it, other than, yes, I'm sitting in a hotel room. After I worked all day, I drove 3 hours across the state because I had my company is meeting this week, so I need to be over here. But staying at a hotel, as you can see, this very nice couch and sofa. But anyway, that's all I have to say this week. I hope you had a great Halloween. Hope you didn't miss the candy too much. I did have a bite or two of some candy, not overindulged, and everything is okay in moderation. But hope you're having a good journey with Mounjaro, and I hope you're having some progress as well. If you're starting on your journey, just remember you do need to change how you eat. You need to keep hydrated, and you need to move more. All right, and also just I want everyone to know how much I appreciate you, and I am cheering for you on this journey. Okay, my friends, I hope you have an awesome week. So remember, not only be kind to others this week, but please, please, please be kind to yourself. Thanks for watching. Bye.